Good morning. So today I am doing the second chapter only. That is the continuation part of nutrition in animals. Okay. So here unit 2 only I wrote. So nutrition in animals. Here no space for me. That's why I did not return. Okay. So I think you understand that one. So in the last class we discussed about what are the components of food, why the food is necessary to us, and that components how it will be intaken to in our body. That means what are the modes or the ways of nutrition in human beings or other animals also we studied, like a birds or some of the worms, animals. Okay, so about them in different way, and two new words also I gave. Okay, so that all we discussed in the last class. So after that has a important one amazing fact it is given about the starfish. You know, starfish is living in a sea animal it is. It is always eating the food which are covered by the calcium carbonate. That means those shells. So animal shell will be covered by the calcium carbonate. So those animal shells will be covered by the which animal on which it is feeding, no? That animals are having the shell on their body. Okay, that shell will be covered by calcium carbonate. Okay, so those type of animals with it is eating. So it want to remove that shell, and inside fleshy thing is there, no, animal body part, that it want to eat. But this starfish is not having any mouth part or hands. Okay, like that it is not having. A small opening is there, that only will consider as a mouth part. How it will open its mouth and how it will catches the prey, catches its food, means there is a special thing is there. See, after opening the shell, it will first open the shell, then the starfish pops out its stomach through the mouth to eat it. See, the stomach area is there, no, that is coming out of its body. Okay, it is attached only, but stomach only it comes out, and then it will open that mouth part. Opening will be there, no? Through that stomach only it will suck the prey. Okay, so it will remove outer covering that is made of calcium carbonate. That the shell will be removed, then inner part will be sucked inside by the stomach area only. It pops out, and the soft animal inside the shell, no, that will be eaten. Okay, the stomach then goes back again to its original place, and then it will be digested by the secretion of some of the digestive juices. Okay, so in this way there is a special thing. If you get it into the National Geography channel like that, they are showing how the feeding habit of this starfish they are showing there. If you get any one time, you see that it is very amazing thing that it is popping out. That means it is coming out from its stomach. Okay, stomach only it is coming out and trapping the food and engulfing, then it will come back to its original position. So this is a wonderful thing, no? So like these things, many are there. This is a special way of mode of nutrition which we can see in the starfish. Okay. Now here we discussed about so many things which are having the food in a different way. Okay. Now coming to the digestion in humans. In humans, how the digestion will start. This is very somewhat it is risky. Means so many organs are related to it. So you have to sit and study in a cool way, because so many parts with it is moving. Our food, see, just we are eating, no, that is very simple thing we will think it. Okay, we will eat and engulf it. So where and all it is going, how it is absorbed, how it is digested, how it is circulated, that is a little bit a longer way it is. Okay, so that's why this digestion you have to know, means you have to know about the parts which are related to the digestion. Okay, so I draw the figure also, and I am showing you the digestive parts. Okay, before that, so we take the food through the mouth only, you know, everyone. So through the mouth will take the food, and where it goes, it is a way where there is a continuous canal-like thing. Canal, it is there, a pipeline-like structure which is surrounded. See, throughout our body until the stomach area, a pipeline-like structure, it is circulated, means it is passing through. Okay, so that pipeline with only our food will be passing. Got it? So, and then last part for it is reaching, and from mouth it will start, and last part is anus part. There unwanted things, what it is produced, no, that is all thrown out from the anus part. So, from the mouth it is started, food will be started with the mouth part. Okay, it is like a continuous thing, that is also we'll call it as a buccal cavity. The mouth part from where we started to eat the food, no, that is called the buccal cavity. Inside part of the mouth we'll call it as a buccal cavity. From there to continuously the canal-like system will pass, and last part is anus. There it ends the digestion. Okay, so what are the glands related to it, and what are the secretions are there, that we will study one by one. So the food is passing through a continuous canal system, I told. So what are the things are attached to this canal? Okay, so what is the way it has to move, food has to move, that we will discuss. See, this canal system is made up of many compartments, many parts. Compartment means many sections are there. Many parts are there in this digestive system. So what are their compartments? See, the first one is the buccal cavity. So inner part of the mouth we will call it as a buccal cavity. Second part is the food pipe. So after the buccal cavity, food goes to the food pipe. Here from your neck portion is there, no? There the food pipe is there. This is also called esophagus. Okay, esophagus is nothing but a food pipe. Then next it moves to the stomach area. So here down the stomach area, then it moves to the small intestine, then it moves to the large intestine. Okay, then coming to the rectum part, from rectum through the anus, together all it will go, the waste products will be eliminated from the anus part. Okay, so these all parts together we will call it as a alimentary canal. I told, no, this is like a canal system. This is like a vessel-like pipeline system. That canal part we will name it as a alimentary canal, or it is also called as digestive tract. What it is? Digestive tract. Tract means the way where digestion is going on. Okay, so in all these organs, see, these are the internal organs or internal parts. Okay, some of organs are there, some of the parts of those organs are there. So that all we will study in the digestion. Here you are going to see the structure of this human digestive system. So here, what is the air is passing, it is through the nose, and what is the food is passing through the mouth. So inside the mouth we will call it as a buccal cavity. So this is the buccal cavity what I have shown here. Then below the buccal cavity, here below this, inside only below the buccal cavity we have a gland called salivary gland. You know, our mouth part inside some juicy like thing. Okay, some liquid material will be coming out when you are chewing the food. If you think about the food only, that juicy like that liquid thing will be coming out. So that is nothing but the saliva. So how saliva will come? By the salivary gland. You remember? So in the inner part of the buccal cavity, there is a gland called salivary gland. Okay, we are telling about this gland also here because this also helps in the digestion of the food. Okay, it will also take main part. Okay, what it does, let us see later. Now, what are the parts are there? You remember these parts properly, because again and again we are not going to write this diagram. And one more thing, you have to learn to draw this diagram very neatly in the classwork also and in the tests also. Test or exam, if you ask, means you have to draw and color it and you have to label it. Okay. So next part, coming to the, see, our food will move in this way and then it comes to the food pipe. This is also called as food pipe. See, esophagus or it is food pipe. Okay, so the pipe-like structure started with the mouth, it moves through the food pipe. Then this pipe only, it becomes little bit enlarged in few places. That pipe-like structure will be little more enlarging in few of the glands, increasing in size. Okay, so where it is enlarged, see, like that it will comes to the stomach. See, stomach area part, it will come. See, this is the stomach. See, the stomach is one of the gland. The food enters from food pipe to the stomach area. Okay, from the stomach, it will move. Where it is moving? To the large intestine. Okay, so this is the large intestine, and before that, to the, see here two glands are there. Okay, this is the liver. It is the bigger part of our body, the bigger internal part compared to the digestive tract. So internally it is very big. So for that, here pinkish color what I showed now, that is the gallbladder. Okay, so whatever this liver is secreting some juices, no, that is helping for digestion, that is all stored in the gallbladder. It is a part. Okay, then liver and gallbladder, these two you remember parts, how it is in shape, that you have to remember. Then here one more part below this liver, okay, above this intestine, there is a one pinkish part what I have shown, no, that is the pancreas. Okay, these are also secreting some of the juices. So this pancreas are secreting the some of the digestive juices. Okay, so that is helping for the digestion of the food. Okay, you remember this gland as a pancreas. Okay, then coming to the small intestine. These are all this pipeline structure only continuously here comes inside, and these are all coiled like that. Okay, so that long, if you stretch it, it will be a lengthy one, pipe-like structure. Okay, since there is no place inside the stomach, okay, so inside our this stomach area, okay, so this is all coiled and twisted around. Okay, so this is several meters in length. Okay, this is small intestine. Food enters here, then it will move to the large intestine. So after the large intestine, all the food will be observed there. Then coming to the rectum part, end part, where all the waste materials will be collected. Then it will be ejected or eliminated from the anus part. Okay. So in this way, all the parts here, okay, we showed here in the diagram. Okay. Let me repeat. First is the buccal cavity. Then below the buccal cavity, there is a gland called salivary gland. Then food will move to the food pipe or esophagus. Then it will come to the stomach area. Through the stomach, it will come to the small intestine. Okay. Then small intestine to the large intestine. Then rectum. Then anus. Okay. So this is these are the glands: liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. So these two are the liver and pancreas. These two are very important, children. So they are secreting. They are associated glands with the digestive tract. Okay. So those glands, what is the work of those glands? What are these organs? That stomach, maybe small intestine, large intestine, what it does? Okay, that all we will discuss one by one. Okay, so we will start with the mouth only. So there only the food will be taken inside, no? So from the mouth part only we will start. So before that, here some important thing it is given. The inner wall of the stomach and intestine and various glands associated with the canal such as salivary gland, the liver, and the pancreas. I told no, the salivary gland. This is one, liver and pancreas. These are the three digestive glands, we will call them. So those are very important and they are secreting some juices, digestive juices from them, so that our food will be getting the simple and soluble form by the activity of those juices only. Okay, we are secreting some of the enzymes also. Let me talk about those juices and enzymes in the next class. Okay, now these are the digestive juices which are converting the hard substance into soft. I told no in the beginning only what is digestion means. They are in this process food is converted into, it is breaking down into complex substances to the simpler substances. Okay, so that is only done by the help of these digestive juices along with the large intestine, small intestine, with those inner walls of the stomach. They are also secreting some juices. Okay, so the digestive tract and associated gland together constitute digestive system. What it is? Little bit I will rub here. See, now I told about the digestive glands. The digestive tract and the associated glands and the associated glands together constitute our digestive system. Okay, so our digestive system includes two parts. What are those? The digestive tract. The digestive tract is nothing but alimentary canal. Okay, fully we told no, from mouth to anus, that is a fully a digestive tract. And the associated glands. Associated glands are nothing but water. So I highlighted here the liver, salivary gland, and pancreas. These are the associated glands. All together, they constitute digestive system of the human body. Understand, children? So this is very important. So our digestive system, what it includes? What are the things are there in the digestive system means that is the digestive tract and the associated glands are there. Okay. Now let us start about the this ends the introduction to the digestion. Okay, so in the next class I will tell you about the mouth part and the buccal cavity. Okay, so 5 more minutes I'll do. So the mouth and the buccal cavity, where you know in the face the mouth will be there. So inside to it we'll call it as a buccal cavity. The food is taken inside to the body through the mouth. This process of taking food into the body, we will call it as ingestion. There will be several steps in the digestion process. Okay, so what is meant by ingestion? The process of this is the all definitions, children. You have to take down. All the definitions are not there in the question answers which we will give in the notes part. Okay, so these are all extra definitions you have to take down when I am teaching. Okay, the process of taking food into the body. Into the body. This is called ingestion. Ingestion means intake. The process of what we are intaking, the food is intaken. So the process of taking food into the body, we'll call it as ingestion. This is the first method of digestion, first step of digestion. Okay, when we put inside the food, we'll call it as a ingestion. So we chew the food, we'll break the food into simpler form by what? By the teeth. Okay, so chewing for and cutting for, biting for, we'll use different types of teeth which are present in our mouth part. Okay, so this cutting and breaking down mechanically, this food will be broke down. That is a process is there. We'll call it as a mastication. Mastication is the process where we will cut the food, will break down the food in a mechanical form, means by our part. Okay, teeth is there, tongue is there, with saliva, we'll all mix together and cut it and chew it. This is called as mastication. So mechanically into small pieces. Here food will be broken down. Food breaks into smaller part, breaks into small pieces mechanically. Okay, this is occurring inside the mouth. So we'll call it as a mastication. Okay, so the food breaks down into smaller pieces. When we take the food, it will be a larger piece. Okay, so we'll take a little bit, one bit of food, and we'll take it inside. Then it is made into small pieces. Okay, so that process we'll call it as a mastication. Okay, that is mechanical way of chewing, mechanical way of digesting. Okay, so here after when we take inside, this mastication will start. It starts with the help of teeth. So where the teeth will be present? They will be present inside a socket-like structure. See, our teeth will be embedded like this one, socket-like or groove-like thing will be there. Here the teeth will be present. So this is the teeth. So these are the gums we will call it. So teeth will be present inside the socket-like structure. Here the roots will be going inside. Okay. So for this mastication, the teeth are helpful. Okay, so our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Okay, they are different in size, structure, shape will be different, and they are doing separate work also. Function is also different in them. Okay, so related to this, they have given an extra important point here. So you know everybody, when we are in a childhood days, means 6 to 7 years, that time what happens? What is the teeth we had, no, that all will start to fall off until the after 4 to 5 years they will start to grow. Then after 2-3 years they start to fall off from the our mouth. Okay, so that teeth we will call it as a milk teeth. Okay, everybody knows that one because in our life only it is happening. Okay, so that's why everybody knows about the milk teeth. Okay, so they will fall off at the age of 8 to 9 years only. So after that, in that place only new teeth will be arising. Okay, those are, we'll call them as a permanent teeth. How many are there? Permanent teeth. So permanent teeth will be 32 in number. Okay, so you open your mouth and count how many teeth are there in your mouth. Okay, you count and what is the work it is doing. Front are there, back side is corner are there. Okay, back are there. So what are the function of those two, those type of teeth, and what is the shape of those teeth, that all we'll discuss in the next class, children. So until that you find out, do this activity, activity 2.1, it is given in your textbook. Okay, so this structure of the teeth, I'll draw and show you what are the shape, I'll show you, and function also I'll tell you. So do this activity, children. You open your mouth and find out what are the different kinds of teeth you will find in your mouth, that you find out. And next class I am going to explain now. Then you can identify your own types of teeth. Okay. So until that, now we are sending the classwork to you, children. That all classworks you write very neatly, and still more this one I will give. Okay. So that for classwork diagrams I will give, that I will give you in the next class. So all those diagrams also after this part of the lesson, means first chapter, second chapter, two I am giving for the first round test part. Okay, so that two chapters only we had given in the worksheet also. For that two chapters related diagrams at the end of this I will give you. That I will give on the board only, children, after doing the second lesson. Okay, that all diagrams after the two lessons you have to take down, because all the diagrams are not there in the question answers. Okay, only one or two you have. So along with that, few more diagrams if you learn to draw, means it is easy for the further classes. Understand? So write very neatly, children. Whatever you are writing, you write very neatly. Okay. So coming to the homework part. So last week I written a few questions on the board. So that questions only you do it, children, because last week it is not given homework. Assignments are not sent. So this week they'll send. That only, that 4 questions I gave, that only you do it for the homework, children. Okay, by the next class I'll give separately the assignments to you. Until that you learn all the question answers, and maybe they will, after the test, after the this classworks, they are giving you the worksheets also. So there is less time for the FA1. That's why you start reading at least now. Okay, whatever the points or definitions I given now, from that also I am giving for the test. So only I am telling you to write. Okay, so write all the points. So you learn all those definitions along with the question answers, new types, what I gave in the classwork. So write very neatly. For writing the classwork, for that also, the CCE marks will be included. Those who are not writing neatly, we are going to deduct the marks. So write very neatly and bind, write name, labeling, all you should do, and we'll inform you through the online only that when you are going to give the classworks. Okay, you have to submit one day the classwork and you have to take it by after 1 or 2 days. It will be intimated by the office only. Okay, so until that, you don't sit simply, you have to read and learn these all question answers. Understand, children? At it together, during the test time, if you are reading, means it is impossible for you to learn all the question answers. Okay, that's why be safe and be healthy. Thank you.